Radio 1.
Hello, how are you?
Oh, so good. Oh man, just fantastic.
Oh, great.
I'm just okay. I'm alright.
I'm just okay.
Así.
Así.
Nice.
Repeat after me. Estoy más o menos.
Estoy más o menos.
Perfect. He's perfect. The first I want to ask you is about the story and the behind the name Imagine Dragons. What's the story about the name?
It's an anagram, so we had a different word or phrase that we all agreed on that we didn't want to call the band by. So we switched the letters up, and that's an anagram, and made a different word or phrase and came up with Imagine Dragons, and then we've kept it a secret for 7 years now what that was. Yeah.
Perfect. About the were there any particular artist you guys found inspiration in?
You know, between the four of us, there's like a huge bank of artists that goes across the entire spectrum. You know, but we all definitely came from, you know, old school rock, you know, Zeppelin, the Beatles, Harry Nelson, Rolling Stones, Paul Simon, even more like singer-songwriters, Tom Waits, Warren Zevon, you know, he likes Boston, Neil Young, me and Dan are into the hip-hop, Outkast, Biggie, Tupac, so really like everything.
What about, I don't know, rock bands like metal or
I love Meshuggah. I'm a huge Meshuggah fan. Motorhead, Death Clock.
Metallica?
Yeah,
Rage.
of course.
Ooh, dude,
Rage
I
Against the
spent
Machine.
I spent all night the other night just looking at Rage Against the Machine. Like,
Videos?
when they
Oh,
came
yeah.
back together, and it's because Coachella set me off because Roca.
Zach Taylor Roca.
Yeah, Zach got on stage with Run the Jewels. And it was like, oh man, I was watching the stream and it was just blowing my mind. So yeah, then I ended up
Rage is
watching
awesome.
like Rage.
How did you guys decide upon the title Smoke and Mirrors?
You know, it was, I think that when the song was written, we really kind of realized that the whole vibe of the song sort of represented the vibe of the album that we were trying to create and the aesthetic of the album that we were trying to create. We really wanted to have something very visual that we could build on, that we could create a world for this music to live in.
You talked so few, huh?
Yes.
Is Smoke and Mirrors a lot more intimate and stripped down compared to your first album?
I wouldn't call it more intimate necessarily, but I would say that it definitely is more raw, and we just learned to accept kind of the flaws of the band a little bit more and to embrace them and to not have to, you know, we're really perfectionists, so it's really difficult to let go. But with this record, I feel like we let go a little bit more, and we just, I don't know, we experimented more, we did things that typically we wouldn't have done before, and it's just part of growing up as a band and learning that, you know, your flaws are really what make you unique, you know.
Yeah, I think it's definitely like more vulnerable, like lyrically more vulnerable
Yeah.
for Dan, for sure.
Do you find that you took a lot more time recording and producing each song?
Yeah, definitely.
Yes. We had zero money to do the first record, so it was like, okay, we've been touring, we have $500. Let's go find a studio and record a whole album in 2 days, which is like impossible. But with this new record, we actually, you know, we bought a home and we renovated and turned it into a studio that we could use forever. It's our studio. And
In terms of your lifestyle, before and after Night Visions, what has changed?
You know, I don't know. At the beginning of the Night Visions tour, we were perhaps a little more frantic, a little more green with the experience, and really rushing to burn the candle at both ends and absorb as much as we could everywhere we went. Maybe a little bit too much. For the last 6 months of that tour, I feel like we were all kind of sick and tired and having a mental breakdown.
Very much so.
I think we've learned to pace ourselves a little bit, focus a little bit more on health, and only party every other day. You know, you got to take a day off every once in a while on tour.
Perfect. And what does performing at Argentina means to you guys?
Oh man, we are really, really excited about being able to hit the stage. You know, the reception we got at Lollapalooza last year was unbelievable, and the feeling that we get when we hit the stage, and then like this wall of energy from the Argentinian crowd hits us. I mean, we are completely and hopelessly addicted to it. So we're jonesing. We can't wait to hit the stage tonight.
Jonesing, nice. Jonesing, haven't heard that in a long time.
Thank you so much.
Thank
so
you.
much. Come with me to the camera. Say hello, Radio 1. Hello, Radio 1.
Hello,
Hello, Radio 1.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Radio 1.